Welcome Andrews High School faculty and staff to the first of hopefully several informative videos that'll help everybody make the transfer from School Center over into Google Sites. We hope that you're having a great summer, and again, we hope this is an informative video. The first thing you got to do is to start off in your Gmail account, and you can do this from the Cherokee County webpage to open your Gmail account, or if you have it bookmarked, just go ahead and open your Gmail account. Once you open your Gmail account, you should see a video from, not a video, but you should see a link to your web page, or you can access your web page from the upper left hand corner where it says Sites. And once you click on Sites, you will open a page that looks something similar to mine. At the top, it'll say My Sites in Cherokee County, and this is all the sites that you either have ownership to, that you created, or that people have given you ownership to, which you should see your site there, or people have allowed you to collaborate with them on this particular site. And you can see here, as you go down the list, some of the sites say not shared, some of them say share with just Cherokee County, and some of them say share to the world, and we'll show you how to do this. But for the sake of this first video, to give you guys an idea of how to basically navigate through Google Sites, we created a demo site for us to be able to use. And so when you click on the demo site, you will see the site that's going to look very similar to your site. Instead of demo site, it'll have here either your name or health occupations, industrial arts, performing arts. It'll say something along that line that represents your link off of the main Andrews High School webpage. This first site looks just like the main page of Andrews High School, and we'd like to keep it that way. All the sites linking directly out to your site about your class and about your information should look the same. It should have the Cherokee County Schools logo, that if you click it, it takes you back to Cherokee County, and then of course the Wildcat click, which takes you back to the main page of Andrews High School. So we want to keep that the same. Now, one of the things that you notice on this page is that on the upper right it says Edit. So if you click Edit, it'll load the editor, and when you see the editor, it looks a lot like Word. Looks a lot like Word. If you played around with Google Docs, it looks a lot like Google Docs. Very similar in using this. And you can see here, if you click Layout, you can see here that we're using a 2-column layout. You can change your layouts. We don't care about that at all, so you can change your layout on however you want it. We do ask that you keep your main left side toolbar the same. But you can create 2-side toolbars and have 2 sides and operate 2 sides if you'd like on this main page. The only thing is we'd like to keep this left side toolbar the same for everybody. So if you could keep that. But as far as the regular layout, there's a 1-column, a 2-column, 3-column. It's up to you what you want to use. So here when you say it says just click the edit bar button, and we just did that. So we're going to highlight that. So if you come under normal, you'll see the various fonts that we have access to. Now, of course, we don't have a whole lot of font examples, but we've got enough to be able to use throughout creating sites. You can change it just like you do in Word. You can bold it, italics, underline it. You can change the color if you want to change the color. You can highlight it. You can change the background of the text. So again, it's up to you on how you want to do that. Change it. It's just like Word. So if you want to, same thing, if you want to hyperlink it out of here, you just highlight it and click link, and we'll show you how to do that here in just a second. If you don't like any of this, you can click the undo button, and it will undo what we've done. So again, just like Microsoft Word, very similar in the actions there. One of the cool things that you can do within this site is you can click insert, and as you can see, you can click image. When you click image, one of the things that pops up is that if you've added an image to your site, so anytime that you come in and add an image, it'll be there for you. But if you don't like any of those images, you can browse your computer for an image that you want. Or if you like that image, you can just click on that image. And so we're going to click on the Powerpuff image, and we're going to say OK. And it's going to insert it. Oh, it's big. So we want to say, let's make it small. And so there, it puts it small for us. And let's say we want it centered. So we're going to click C, and it's going to center it for us. Okay. let's say we don't want it to go to this. We want people to click on this and be able to take them back to the Powerpuff side, to that site. So we want to link it right back there. So there we click on link, we would click on change, and we click on change, we delete that, and we find I happen to have the site, so I'm going to copy and paste that link right in there, and I'm going to say okay. If you want to open it into a new window, you can say click on that, and you can say okay, and it opens that into a new window. And so now you see that where it says go to link, it has changed. And so when people click on that, it'll go directly to that link. So let me show you what I mean. So I'm going to click save, and our settings have been saved. If you don't click save and you try to exit the page, it'll ask you, are you sure you want to leave and not save this? And so you'll have that opportunity to save it. So now we get the little hand, we'll click it, and when we click it, it'll take us right to the Cats Crushing Cancer site. So you can link things out of here to other places. Pretty easy, not very difficult to do. You can, again, if you want to edit this page, just click on edit, and you can edit the page on things that you want to do. Okay, so just remember to save it. So say, okay, we like that first page, but we want to create a page. We want to call it information. And so here you can see here you can select different templates. You can make it a web page, an announcement page, a filing cabinet, a list, or a start page. And again, it's up to you on what you want to start with or what you want to create. But for the sake of just this video, we're going to create a web page. And let's say we want to put it, let's just leave it at the top level. Okay, so we're going to say create the page. And it'll create the page for us, and it takes us right directly to that page. And you can see here that is right under home. So here's the information, and it's right under the home page. And let's say, okay, we want, let's say we want a layout, and we want it to be a 3-column layout instead of a regular 2-column or 1-column layout. And let's say we want to put in, let's say we want to insert maybe another image. Okay, and so we're going to look, and since this is a new page, it doesn't have the access to those images. So let's click on pictures, and let's look. Let's see. Let's put a picture of the kids. So there's the picture, and let's say okay, and there it is. And again, it's a big picture, so we want it small, and it's going to sit in there. And let's say again, we don't want it linked to anything. Let's just click remove. And now when you click on that picture, it won't have a little hand anymore, but it'll be there. And so there's the picture. And again, you can type information. You can change your format, anything. So like if you want to put in chemical or math equations, superscript, subscript, it's all there. No problem. So again, let's say this is information. Let's say save. So we saved it. But we say, gosh, I don't want that page sticking out under home. I want it right under home. So if you click on more actions, and on more actions it says, you can see here you got different things underneath here. Now, depending on your rights to a page, you may not have as many. You may not be able to see revision history, and you may not be able to subscribe to page changes if you do not have ownership to the page. But since I have ownership, I'll be able to do that. Now, I suggest, as far as subscribing to page changes, probably not doing that unless you have students that are collaborating on a page, just because every time anybody edits that page, you're going to see it. So if you're having students collaborate on something and you want to keep up with what they're doing, then you probably want to subscribe to page changes, and it'll email you every time something's changed. So you can see if kids are in there and when they're in there and what they're doing, or not. If you don't want that information, and just be able to go and look at it, and we'll show you here in a minute that you can actually see what they've done anyway without subscribing to that. You can change your page settings. When you change your page settings, you see down here where they've allowed for attachments and comments, you can say, well, I don't want either one of those to be there. And so we can say save, and attachments and comments are gone away from that page, so people can't comment and you can't attach things to this page. And so it just looks basically like what we've just created. Okay, but still we don't want it there. We want to move it. So let's say move the page, and we say move the page. You can see that there's a demo site and there's home. And so we want it right under home. And so let's say move. So we click under home and we say move, and then the information page will be under home. And you'll see home now has a drop down arrow. And so you can hide the drop down arrow, or you can put it there and there's information. Or you can go back home to our home page, and there was our home page that we created just a minute ago. Piece of cake to do that. More actions on the page. You can also preview the page as a viewer. So if you're in the page and you want to see what it looks like to people who are going to look at it outside, and this is what it's going to look like with people who don't have access rights to it. Pretty nice. So you can see what it looks like before you put it out there. You can save the page as a template if you want to. We've done that with our initial page. You can change the page template. Again, we don't suggest that you do this to the main page that's linked out. So any pages underneath this that you want to change, that's fine, or that you link out of this, that's fine. But we prefer Andrews High School stuff to stay looking similar and have this kind of continuous continuity to it. Again, you can manage the site, and if you click on manage the site, there's where I mean about subscribing to the site changes. So here you see a list of what anybody's done, the activities on the site. So you don't really have to subscribe to it, but if you want to, you can. You can look at the pages within the site, and you can see the pages that are listed, a tree or a list, however you want to see it. You can see the attachments that have been put within this site. So if you don't like that attachment there, you want to upload something else and do it from here, that's fine. Again, there's the page templates. The app scripts we don't have access to, so that's not something we can do here. You can check and see what's been deleted, and if you want to recover them, you can recover them. So you don't have to, unlike School Center where you had to call somebody, you don't have to call anybody now. You can look at the general site, and under the general site you'll see the site name, the site category, the site description. And we'll talk about these things later. You can also see, just remember to save the changes. If you made any, then it'll save them, and then return to the site. And when you return to your site, you'll see that these changes have been made. Some of the other things that you can add as far as like create a page, one of the cool things that you can add is that you can add a filing cabinet. So say that this is course information. Let's say this is student files or study files. And we're going to put it on the top level. And so we're going to create this page. So we put in study files, and there it is. And one of the cool things about this is that you can add a file directly. Okay, so from your computer, we can browse, and let's say in my documents, I want to look at, this guy has lots of databases. So let's say I want to add his microbiology databases on cells and organelles. So there you go. So there it is, and I want to upload it. And let's say the description of the file, let's call it a database of cells. And say click upload, and there it goes, and there it is for you guys to use. So again, there it is, and this is a lot easier. You can add a file, you can create folders and to put these files, and so kids can just click on this. Again, if you want to see what it looks like as in the viewer, you can see here what it looks like. And so kids will just click on this to download it. There it is. They don't have to go real far to find it. It doesn't take an arm and a leg to download it. So this is the basic, just the basics on how to navigate your site and to create a page and to edit a page. So we hope this has been very helpful to you. The next one, we're going to kind of play around with creating your own site and create around with some other things and share some more information with you. So this is the basic information on how to do things. Again, it's just very similar to Word. You can't mess up. You can't mess up. So go ahead and have fun playing around with your site.